recent survey by Putnam Investments finds Americans are unsure about their retirement investment needs. Putnam CEO Robert Reynolds joins us now to discuss those just released survey results and why he believes 2010 should be the year for retirement reform. Sir, welcome to Bloomberg News. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
How concerned are Americans about retirement? What does your survey tell you?
Well, I think they're very concerned. They've done a fairly good job in saving for retirement, but as they're approaching the retirement date, they don't know what to do. And it's all about creating a steady retirement income stream that has everyone perplexed.
Let's talk about how this economic downturn nailed a lot of people, especially those with 401ks. What happened?
Yeah, 2008 took about 22% off 401k balances across the industry. And that was definitely a hit. But with the 2009 recovery, in the survey we just did, 75% of working Americans do not think their retirement was damaged by that market. And 2/3 of them still want to invest in equity. So I do think they have concern about the markets. That's shown uncertainty by the amount of money on the sideline right now. But what really hasn't concerned is very few of them have done any planning for what happens the day I retire. What do I do with this nest egg to create lifetime income? And that's what really a challenge for the industry and what we've been spending a lot of time on.
Well, when you talk about retirement reform, though, are you saying that the government also has a role to play in all of this?
I think it's a combination of the industry, the plan sponsors, the corporations, and public policy. Right now, we have in place legislation that provides an option to plan sponsors to institute what is called automatic enrollment, automatic escalation. That means everyone participates unless they elect not to, but it's an optional feature. What we're asking Washington for is let's make that mandatory for all corporations. It's proven it works. Without it, only 2/3 of the workers participate. With it, more than 90% of workers participate. So let's make the system better. And that's what this is all about.
Well, that would be something that would be good for your business as well, wouldn't it?
I think it'd be good for the country. Certainly, the more people save, retirement is a huge challenge for this country going forward with the aging of the baby boomers. The oldest one's 62 now. And the more we can do to provide retirement safety, the better off the system's going to be.
But, sir, it seems like you're talking about retirement education as well, too. What are Americans not getting about the seriousness of this problem?
Well, I think they don't know where to turn. This is where investment advice comes into place. Advisors play a much bigger role. They need that. But more than half of working Americans have done nothing to plan for that retirement date. And that's when we're talking about setting up a lifetime income plan, and whether it be an investment portfolio utilizing partially annuities, whether it be some type of other structure, they just haven't done that, and that's a real opportunity. Today we announced in New York a tool, retirement income tool, which every time a participant logs on their 401k, it tells them what their monthly income is going to be at retirement. So we're changing the debate from the so-called what's my number, you know, how much do I need for retirement, to this is your monthly income and this is what you can do to change that number. And I think it gets people thinking about the right things as it comes to approaching retirement.
Bob, we got to ask you about how your company's doing too, not just how folks are doing in retirement, because the last few years have not been terribly easy for Putnam either. You all have seen outflows. Has that changed, though? Did that change at the end of 2009? Did you start to see that turn around and see inflows?
Yeah, I think the last few years have been tough, but 2008 was tough for the industry, and last year we had one of the most successful years ever across different asset categories related to performance, both equity, fixed income, global asset allocation. The industry itself had very positive flows in fixed income, and we had very positive flows in fixed income. The consumer is not investing in the equity market mutual funds yet. And this is where I think consumer confidence comes into play, and we definitely need more of a stable message coming out of Washington.
But, sir, you did say there's a ton of cash on the sidelines.
Oh, it's gone actually from 13 trillion down to 11 trillion. So that's in money market and bank deposits. So there's a huge amount of money sitting on the sidelines. And it's interesting that today in this country, 60% of investable assets are in the hands of baby boomers. So these are people preparing for retirement, getting ready, and we know, and I think everyone knows, that you can't have your money invested in a vehicle earning less than 0.5% and save for any type of event in the future.
Bob, 10 seconds, your big prediction for 2010?
I think it's going to be a very good year across the board, both equity and fixed income. We do think 2010 is a year that we can really go after retirement in Washington. I think there is an appetite, bipartisan appetite, to really change the game.
Okay. Bob Reynolds, thanks a lot for coming in of Putnam. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.